Hello everybody, back in Zenith for first time in 2024. First time in months too. I seem to have a thing on my wrist. My gloves look cool though. Look at that. Alright, so there's some good news and some bad news when it comes to Zenith. Good news, today they have a new beta. It's one of those ones you actually have to apply for. So it's closed beta with NDAs and everything. Information for that will be in the description below. But here, let me get to this information for you, because Zenith seems to be in a little bit of trouble. Alright, on January 3rd, 2024, there was a blog post. Closed alpha, closed pre-alpha playtest and the why. Hi Zenithians, I hope all you were able to enjoy the festivities and take some time off at the end of 2023. Definitely. As many of you know from our last blog post, we're implementing some significant changes in Zenith's next major update, larger than anything we've done before. But today I want to be candid with you and let you know why we're making these changes, as well as how we plan on gathering feedback to make sure we're heading in the right direction. Let's start with the feedback. Well, you can read that in the blog post. I'm going to put that stuff below. I don't care about the feedback. That's the information you give them. I give them. You don't need to hear it from me while you're doing it or how you're doing it. But here we go. The drive for change. I know many of you want more detail, and we'll be sharing a lot of more specifics in the next couple weeks, but today I want to explain why it's necessary for us to make these changes to begin with. Overall, I'm really proud of what our team's been able to pull off, but also take responsibility for the mistakes we've made along the way. We've introduced a ton of new systems, doubled the content, launched on 2 new platforms, and also worked hard in this last patch to fix many of the most frustrating bugs you may have encountered. Oh boy, have I encountered bugs. Hopefully this helps, but you do have a floating tree there and a bush that's moving back and forth. So maybe the bugs aren't all fixed yet, but they're working on it, which we appreciate, right? Right. Okay. Let's go on to next. The most important thing to understand is that since launch, we've tried our best as a game studio to build Zenith into something bigger. From Celestial Throne all the way to the Might and Mastery. Might and Mastery. Oh, my bad. I can't speak English. I can, but not well. We've striven as a small studio to punch above our weight and delivered a 100% version of the experience that will catapult us up to the top of the charts. Understand that while Zenith was initially very profitable, we've been running it at a loss for on a month-to-month basis for the better part of a year. That's not good. That's bad. For 2 years, the team has tried everything we could to get us back to profitability or user growth, but it just hasn't panned out. Our goal with the next update is to introduce some big changes to try and make our beloved world a sustainable development project. We don't believe that just polish, fixing bugs, and adding content will lead to profitability. I'll give my ideas on profitability later. Ultimately, we had to make a choice between making fundamental changes or putting the game on ice. Well, we don't want to lose this game. We do enjoy the game. Or we did. I did, at least. I don't know about you guys. But I guess the user base is down to, like, in the thousands at most. Not tens of thousands. We've made these decisions so that we could keep running Zenith as long as possible. These changes are intended to let us keep running Zenith longer, which will allow us to make a better game and make many of the changes you guys have been asking for, too. Moving forward, while I wanted to be candid here, I am incredibly excited about the changes we're making to the game. Hope that the changes we're making, for example, like overhauling how level and skill progression work completely, will appeal both veterans and newbies alike. Honestly, I don't really understand my skills. I've had them for over almost 2 years now, and I think I'm still stuck on the same green ones I had before. I don't want to grind to find a skill block. If I want to grind, I want to grind up the skill. Like I do in other MMOs and stuff. But that's me. The next release gives us the best shot to keep Zenith online in the long run. And we're excited to share more specific details with you this month. Keep your eyes peeled for some truly exciting details and reveals. Tell us what you think in the Discord. Alright guys, so that's the update. Now, or the blog post. The update is now going. You need to sign the or apply for it. There's an NDA, all that good stuff. Yeah, at least the source still looks the same. So what do you think? For me, I knew they're going to have a money issue because there's nothing monetized about the game. Now you might like, oh, I spent $30 on the game. Yes, you did. And how many games, MMO games, have no? Okay, and then 18 have no monetization that have lasted very long. That you got for one price. I can't name any. They're not going to go back to subscription based. That's never works for anybody anymore. I think last time that worked was what? WoW. But I also play a lot of the Elder Scrolls Online. I just got off that actually before you got on here. They have cosmetics and mounts and housing, all that stuff you can buy. You can also buy skill books and stuff like that, but most people don't. You get those for free daily. So, thoughts on what they can do to help monetize themselves. 1. Rideable mounts. You know how many mounts are in Elder Scrolls Online? I can't tell you. There's that many. I think I have 30. 4 of which I bought because they're cool shit looking. But, yeah, overall, I ain't got that many compared to some people. There's housing. Housing can cost a pretty penny, depending on where you're at and shit. I mean, they gave you an apartment, but so the Elder Scrolls, they gave you an apartment to use. And then you can go find or buy and stuff. Like, we got unlocked some housing, too. And also they have, like, cosmetics. Like, you know how I got these gloves for getting people to join Discord? Well, they have, like, outfits, costumes, or polymorphs, or anything like that. You can change what you look like. That guy's very slow. I don't know what's going on. Alright, well, I guess I'll just walk around. Put that back in my pocket. I don't need it. I don't know. I'm just slow. I don't know what the 40 pulsating does. I mean, of course, I'm not back in the game. Other things they can do. Elder Scrolls does have a subscription service, which unlocks like the DLCs, which I think Zenith, if they really want to be making these big things, they might need to start turning them into DLCs that you have to pay for. I know people hate buying extra stuff, but this isn't what you bought. You bought the base game. And if you want 100 more hours worth of stuff to do, sometimes you gotta pay for it. I had to pay for extra stuff when I bought The Witcher, just so I could have the cool extra stuff.